You're going to want to not make these new mistakes at all cost. What's going on, guys? Mimic here with another video. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down some of the most important mistakes that you can make or not make that's going to kill your progression. Let's jump in. Now, I get this question all the time about gear, and I do have a lot of videos about gear on my channel, but I wanted to give you guys this little tip here and a mistake that you guys may be doing without even knowing it. And what it is essentially is, in this game, you get green, blue, and purple items. All those items can reach a max high level. For green, it's +6. For blue, it's +9. And for purple, it's +9. In KR, it goes all the way up to +12. But we're going to have the US or global version, which is going to be +9 for a while. Now, there's going to come a time where you get a +9 purple eventually. And by then, maybe you're tired of playing that specific weapon and you want to take advantage of a different weapon. What most people don't know is that you can quite literally transfer your gear XP to another weapon piece 1-to-1. As you can see here, I've got the +9 bow here. I want to transfer it to this other bow because this is a new bow that I got and I want to test it out. As long as you have the gold, you can go ahead and do it. So I can take all that XP that I've got on my +9 purple, which costs a lot of XP, and I can move it directly over to another +9 purple weapon or +9 armor if you're doing armors. And a lot of people don't know you can do that. This is a huge mistake, guys, because if you guys don't do this and level up the other item, it's going to take you months to get the materials. So I wanted to give you guys this tip here. Don't make that mistake of just leveling every piece. It's just going to take forever. Just transfer it over if you know you don't want the other item for sure. Now, another question that I get all the time is about gear and leveling gear and how all of it works and all of that good stuff. So this one is another mistake that you guys, I'm trying to save you from doing. In Throne of Liberty, like I mentioned previously, you have to level the gear and pump it with XP to tap it to the next level. Blue weapons and armor can go to +9. So let's say you want to use a purple handpiece, but you have a blue handpiece and you want to move the XP over from the blue handpiece and you want to feed it to the purple handpiece. Without a doubt, guys, never, never, never do that unless the previous item that you're feeding into the new item is max level. And the reason is because if you don't max that first, when you roll it over to the new item, that new item is not going to be maxed as a purple, and it costs more resources, and those resources are more scarce in purple or epic quality than blue. So it's harder to get purple growth stones than it is to get blue growth stones. So if you're not maxing out that gear piece, when you move it from blue +9 blue to +6 purple, you are losing a lot. You're pretty much gimping yourself. So right here, my blue item is only +1. You can see if I try to feed it to the purple hands, I'm not even going to get a +1 purple because there's not enough XP on the blue hands to make the purple level. So when you move XP, make sure that you level that gear piece that you're trying to upgrade. Make sure the previous piece is max level, and on blue rare items it's +9. So I would have had to get my blue gloves to +9, then I would have wanted to feed it to the purple gloves, and that would have gave me +6 purple, and then from +6 I would have wanted to use the purple growth stones so I could max it out to +9. Don't make that mistake, guys. Max your stuff out first. Another common question that I get all the time is about dungeons. Now, just like with any MMO, dungeons are a huge part of the gaming experience. You're going to do these dungeons that are difficult so that you can acquire those good gear pieces that you want, so that you can ultimately become really strong and enjoy the game the way it's meant to be played. The worst thing that you can do, and one of the biggest mistakes you can make, is capping your dungeons, meaning you're not doing your dungeons every day, you're letting those points roll over, and eventually you do cap. Well, think of it like this. Every time you set this and you get capped, you're just losing progression because you're not taking advantage of those points. So at the very least, even if you're not going to no life the game, if you are playing to some degree and you want to stay somewhat consistent, at the very least, just don't let your dungeons get capped, because you're losing out on all this gear that you could at least sell and make Lucent on, so that you could buy the trades and other gear pieces that you want. It's all getting like left on the table because you're not doing the dungeons and you're not collecting these gear pieces. You're not getting the trades. And ultimately, it's going to slow your whole progression down. So it's okay if you want to take a few days off doing dungeons, but just make sure they don't cap out like this. And make sure that you guys are doing the dungeons at least 1 or 2 a day, just so that you can make sure you're getting those gear pieces. Don't hoard these dimensional contract tokens either. The game developer is going to give it to you. Please use them. Another question that I get a lot in my Discord and a lot like private DMs and also across my YouTube channel is about skills. A lot of people are like, hey, if I start playing this, greatsword dagger and eventually I want to go bow, do I have to re-level all my skills? Like, how does all that work? Well, I'm going to break it down right now. Eventually, the devs are going to give you these skill conversion books. And I believe on launch, which is tomorrow, I am filming this on the 30th, I believe they are giving you a free 24 skill conversion books. So if, let's say you spent a month playing bow dagger and you don't like bow dagger anymore and you want to try maybe like great sword dagger, or you want to try sword and shield great sword, or just a completely new kit and playstyle, these skill conversion books are what you're going to want to use. And the way they work is essentially it's a 1-to-1. You can take one of the skills that you have and you can trade it and move the XP from one skill and swap it to another skill. And you can choose what you want to play. You can see here, I can move my assassin step using a skill conversion book 1-to-1. It's level 4. And I can pick any of those skills that I see on the right to convert it to. So you can just move XP from one skill to the other. Now, the game is going to give you these early. So save them. Don't make a mistake and try to level your actual different skills that you've got when you can just convert it. Now, of course, if you're end game and you have a lot of resources and you don't mind leveling those skills using books, then you can go ahead and just keep your, this way you can switch from one build to the other. Because when you do use the conversion skill books, they do permanently move that XP over from one to the other. So if you're interested in playing multiple types of combos, obviously don't use the skill conversion books. But if you're one of those people that is just kind of pigeonholed into a build and you don't like it, use them so that you can play a different build. Don't have to use all different parchments and books to do it manually. And again, they do sell these for, I believe, 240 Lucent a pop. So do yourself a favor, save them until you know for sure what you want to play, rather than spending the money on them early. Don't expend them early. A lot of people will do it and then they'll have to come and spend real life money to buy them. Just save them. So don't make that mistake. Play your character for a little bit until you know for sure that you don't like it, and then you can use your skill conversion books. Don't use them too early. Save them as much as you can, and this way you can go ahead and have a better experience with the game. Now, this one may sound like common sense, but it really isn't, and I'll tell you why. The game's going to give you materials, and at first, you're given so many things that you really don't know what is used for what. So I'll tell you this right now. When you see that you've got these chests, these material chests, don't just open them blindly. Keep them. Don't open them and just open them up just because you have them. I know it may seem like that's what it's for. Like, hey, it's all one thing. Let's just open it all up. Keep them in the chests. And the reason is because you can use them for different things. You can use the materials to craft your own gear. You can use materials to craft other gear that you're trying to get the good traits for, so you can sell them on Lucent. And eventually you're going to use them to craft some of the end game pieces that you'll need later on that drop. So you can see all of these different pieces of gear use mana steel, but this one uses rune leather. So different pieces of weapons, different pieces of armors, they're all going to use different things. So anytime you're going to use the materials, only use the materials that you need to craft that specific thing in that one instance. Don't open up 50 of the same thing, because you might run out and need something else, but because you open up all the materials, you no longer have it, and that is going to kill your progression. So only open up the materials that you need. Don't go crazy and open them all up, because then you're gonna run out of your materials and you're gonna get pigeonholed. And it's happened to me before, which is why I'm showing this footage. So you can see here, I need a rare mana steel so I can craft this. I'm just gonna go in there. I'm gonna get the 1 mana steel that I need. I'm not getting 20. I'm only getting the 1. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go ahead and craft this item, which I can use if I need it, or I can sell and disenchant the trait off of it for Lucent later on. So don't make that huge mistake. It's gonna kill you if you do. Trust me. Now, this is probably one of the most heavy topic things that I've ever dealt with in any game, is the trait system in Throne and Liberty. So many people are confused about it. Look, to make it very simple for you guys, every item you can put a trait on. Now, every item has a different set of traits that you can put on it. Now, what I'm seeing as a mistake on traits that's going to save you is you'll come to the auction house and you'll notice that there are traits being sold for the purple item that you need, right? So you're like thinking, okay, I'm going to buy this trait and I'm going to put it on my purple item. But if you go to a blue trait and you're trying to trade it to a purple, you only get a 10% chance to imprint, but purple to purple is a 100% chance. So what you guys need to do is don't make the mistake of overpaying for purple traits. If you still have a 10% chance of imprinting a blue, all you got to do is simple math. If a purple trait is going to cost you 1,000, and you know that if you pay 1,000 Lucent, you're 100% getting that purple trait put on there. If your item already has the trait, it's better to not overpay. It's better to go and look at the blue traits. So let's say I need melee evasion on this item here, right? I imprint it because I do find a purple trait and I can put it on there. Now it has melee evasion. I would be really dumb to go to the auction house and buy purple melee evasion traits if I can buy a blue evasion trait that's cheaper. If I know I have a 10% chance to hit, then theoretically I know that I can hit it in 10 chances. Now, it doesn't mean that you will 100% hit it in 10 chances. It just means theoretically in 10 chances you have a 10% chance to hit. But guys, I'm telling you, I imprinted so much of my gear by buying blue traits and just gambling to see if it'll hit it. And I can't tell you how many times I hit it on like the first or second time. Yeah, there was a few of them that went to like 4 or 5 or 6, but it never went over 10. So if I know a purple trait is 1,000 and I know that the blue traits are 50, then that means I can buy 10 of them for 500. So why would I ever buy a 1-to-1 at 1,000 when I can just gamble it and spend less money and still get the trait on there? Now, yes, it is a gamble, but I feel like it's still a big mistake that you guys can do by just going straight to the purple. Unless you're a whale and you don't have the time and you don't care, then sure, just go ahead and swipe, buy the stuff you want. But most players are going to want to try to finesse the system. So that is my recommendation. Don't make a mistake and buy the purple pieces, the purple traits that you need. Just try to get them from the blue pieces of gear and move them from blue and put them on the purple ones and see if you can hit that RNG luck. That's going to be a big mistake that you guys can do, because you're going to be spending so much Lucent trying to do that. And then you're going to run out of Lucent. You're going to have to swipe more, or you're going to have to do more in-game stuff so that you can sell the items, and it's going to slow your progression. Don't make that mistake. Try the blue thing first. You'll thank me later. And that's the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this type of content, be sure to throw that sub in there. Help me out, guys. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching all my videos. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for all the comments. You guys have been going crazy in my comment section. Keep it up. I love the energy. I'm going to be dropping some more videos. Like I said earlier in this video, I'm recording it here at 10:38 p.m. on 9:30. The game comes out tomorrow and I'm freaking stoked. My guild is ready to go in there and lay some carnage on the server. If you guys are looking for a guild, be sure to look us up. You can check out the Discord link in my description. Again, smash that like button and help a brother out. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. You guys are the reasons that I make these videos. Thank you all so much for all the support, all the continued support. Thank you all for joining the guild and making it a fun experience for me. I'm going to be dropping a lot more videos coming up, guys. So again, if you want to see more videos, just hit the sub button. Until next time, hope you guys like this one. Peace.